Okay, to wrap up this second video, um, so they like literally played me on my paycheck. Just like my late income taxes, I get, you got debt, but shoot, that was y'all fault error wise. Like I was supposed to receive, a decent amount for a late income tax check. And they took a lot out because they overpaid me for the first and only time I've ever got unemployment when COVID hit as a teacher assistant. So like I got to get that resent out because like my addresses are, of my situation of being homeless. But not going into detail, of course, on Facebook and YouTube, um, you know, like things are costly and expensive. Living a motel life, very expensive. A day. Not going into detail again, like amounts and stuff. But my thing with the what is it? Unemployment. First time ever getting and never got it again. If y'all overpaid me, that's y'all error, that's y'all fault. Like, don't try to pin that on us because y'all overpaid me and then want to take it from my income taxes. But anyways, and then at the end of the day, my stuff was supposed to be direct deposited. Instead, they sent a check. And that was on the person who did my taxes, which I've had her for years and never had that happen before. But due to the homelessness, I guess she didn't ask. But one was sent, one was direct deposited. Again, not going into detail. But of course, I didn't receive the one because it was all taken. And then the second one didn't even go to the address. And if it did, the friend I'm no longer with, she ain't gonna give it to me, so I got to get it resent out, which can take 6 to 10 weeks. Anyways, this job got the nerve to try to play me on my check. Again, not mentioning details of how much things are money wise or how much I received or etc. etc. But literally, I know my hours got cut. But as you can see, the 22nd don't show the time frame, but it was only 4 hours. And then the 26th and the 27th, I worked 8.5 hours. Okay, for how much they trying to say my check is. So like, no, no. Like, where the rest of my money? And I get like you do a 2 day early request. Like, this was the only week I requested for a 2 day early, like receiving your paycheck 2 days early. So I get that point too, but like, I wasn't even able to clock out on Saturday and was ignored by HR twice. So I was like, I guess they just put it in. I don't know. But I was able to clock in but not clock out. Let me tell y'all, retail is the craziest thing ever. And a lot of people do it and hate it. I'm a person who hate it. I'm good at it, but I hate it. Especially with a disability. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And I have to do third shift because that was the only shift available. It's a whole lifestyle. Like I've heard for years. I always told people I would never ever do no third shift. But again, you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyways, I've always been the first shift person, whether it's 5 or the typical 8 or 9 o'clock. Okay, I've done 5 o'clock, two different stores. I've worked many retail places. I've had like 90 jobs. Okay, so anyways, I just this is the worst time frame to be homeless and to be trying to get on your feet, and who we got in office, which is Trump. I never will ever depend on stimulus checks, just like with Section 8 or Social Security, which I have to try to appeal for my disability to show proof. I don't have time for all that right now. For Section 8, I got to reapply for that because they make it hard for you to even find out you got approved for it, which I did. Again, not going into detail of when, and this was right before my homeless, just to fall back on, which I've never had issues with working and money. I had an issue with my car and not listening to my elders. And why I'm homeless is because of my car. I'm not a person who am able to take the bus like I did for 9 years before driving or walking. I need a bike, electric scooter, or something. Taking Lyft is very expensive, so I'm very blessed that through my car hack and medical, I can get help with getting rides to grocery stores, getting taken to work. And it would be both ways, but it can't be because of third shift unless I work, to the 8 time frame versus 3 because my hours drop because of the bladder infection on top of the disability because they want you to get 67 boxes an hour